This is Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts was the starting quarterback for the Eagles in the 2023 Super Bowl and is now making headlines again. His agent just made him the highest NFL player in history by negotiating a 5-year, $255 million contract, which also includes the first no-trade clause in team history. What also has him in the headlines is who negotiated this deal. Her name is Nicole Lynn. Now, Nicole Lynn has an impressive history. She started her career as an NFL agent in 2015 and was the first woman to join Players Rep, which at the time was one of the largest agencies that represented players in the NFL. Nicole Lynn went on to break barriers and pass goalposts throughout her career, as she was also the first Black woman to represent a first-round draft pick in the NFL and the first woman to represent a starting quarterback in the Super Bowl. Not only that, Nicole Lynn is also in the news as well for representing Bailey Zappi. Many people didn't believe in Bailey Zappi, but Nicole Lynn did, and she represented him, and he ended up being picked in the 4th round of the NFL draft. What's even more crazy about this story is that she is one of the first Black agents to represent a white quarterback. Now, many people are like, why are all these firsts happening now? But let's talk about the statistics. Firstly, 65.1% of sports agents in the industry are white, and women only make up 23% of all NFL agents. Now, what's even more crazy and shocking is only 7.5% of agents are Black. Now, many times in the semester, we've talked about how the majority of NFL players are Black, but the ones in these leadership positions are not. And it is important to include Lynn in this conversations. Hurts and other NFL players believed in Lynn and believed that she can negotiate deals and contracts that could better their career. Readings from the semester, such as Girls Can't Play No Ball, have highlighted the intersectionality that Black women face in many aspects of society, including the world of sports. We are faced with many stereotypes and microaggressions, such as being too aggressive or not professional enough to be in these spaces, which hinders people's ability to break into different fields. As the reading has highlighted that self-esteem and self-image issues are reasons as to why there is less representation in these spaces. The reading also highlights the importance of Black women breaking into these spaces, as they can encourage others to do the same. This is why Nicole Lynn's story is so important to acknowledge, as she is breaking down barriers that have been opposed against Black people for years. The story of Nicole Lynn has brought up again the question that we've discussed many times in the semester about why more Black people aren't in these leadership roles in sports. Nicole Lynn's story is giving an answer to this question. Representation is important. This is all creating more Black women who are in these spaces, who are paving the way for younger Black women to go into these spaces as well. As we look back in history at people like Althea Gibson and Wilma Rudolph and Willie Mays, these are all people who didn't see people like them in the spaces they wanted to go to, but they still took that chance and put themselves out there to be legends and great people. And they've paved the way for many others to also be in these roles that they were in as well. Nicole Lynn is just becoming one of these other great figures that people will look at in the future for how she paved the way for other Black sports agents to make their names and to create great NFL legends. The final thing I would like to point out is how important it is to highlight people like Nicole Lynn. It has been shown that the media plays a huge factor in determining how people see others. And because of the media's great impact in showing Nicole Lynn and highlighting all the accomplishments that she's made, there's now more people who feel inspired to do the same. Black people, including Black women, are making history, and it is very important to highlight it all.